Good morning. Today we are going to start another poem in English literature first class book. This is the 10th poem, The Tale of Custard the Dragon. It is written by Ogden Nash. So before starting the poem, let me tell you a few things. First of all, this poem will talk about actually the hypocrisy of the society. Now there is no mention of society in the poem. There are only animals in the poem, and through the actions of these animals, poet Ogden Nash has portrayed the hypocrisy of the society. Hypocrisy in the society in the sense that in our society there are some people who speaks a lot and does. If you go in front of those people, you will feel a complex within yourself, because you will feel that I am so inferior in front of them. They will speak in such a way. But in reality, if you go and ask for help from those persons about the works they said, you would get to know that they cannot perform anything in reality. Sometimes it also happens that we make fun of some person because his person is quiet, that person doesn't do anything. And there are some people who make fun of those persons. But when the real challenges come, what happens? The silent people, those whom we used to make fun, we see that those persons only perform in reality. They actually do the job. Here also same thing will happen. The tale of Custard the Dragon. But before that, let me talk you about the poet Ogden Nash. So, the poet Frederick Ogden Nash, born in 1902 and died in 1971, was an American poet. So he was an American poet famous for his light verse. Okay, he was known as the producer of humorous poetry. He received Sarah Joseph Hale Award in 1964. His rhymes are jarringly off or discordantly or disconcertingly exact, and his rap stanzas vary from lines of one word to lines that meander the length of a paragraph, often interrupted by inapposite digressions. Means he's rhyming, the way he's rhyming the poems, okay, they are strangely exact. Disconcertingly means strangely exact, surprisingly exact, okay, and its different stanzas vary from lines to lines, one words to that meander the length of a paragraph. Means he is about to say something, often interrupted by inapposite digressions. Means while going through the words, you will find suddenly a strange word comes in between, which is very inappropriate, but that inappropriate will make you laugh. He said he learnt his prosody from the unintentional blunders of notoriously slipshod poet Julia Moore, the sweet singer of Mission. So he also claimed that how did he started all this? He started all this by his poet, whom he knows as Julia Moore, whom she refers to as the sweet singer of Mission. So this is about the poet. So before I start the poet, let me introduce with the lesson. So Ogden Nash has written a poet about a little girl Belinda who owns many pets. So here we will find a little girl named Belinda. Now Belinda is a character whom is a typical sort of character who came many times in English literature. So little girl named Belinda who owns many pets, namely a black kitten namely Ink, grey mouse named Blink, yellow dog named Mustard, and a coward dog named dragon named Custard. So you see that this is an imaginary poem. Why? This is an imaginary poem because in reality dragons don't exist. Dragon-like creatures actually don't exist. Okay, so he has many pets. A black kitten named Ink because he is black, so his name is Ink. The mouse is grey, so his name is Blink. Grey is mouse, Blink. Blink means if you blink your eyes, you blink your eyes instantly. Isn't it? You blink your eyes instantly means the mouse actually moves very instantly. Okay, it doesn't let you hold. At one point of time the mouse is here and the other point of time mouse will be there. The mustard is yellow in color. If mustard fields are yellow in color. Okay, so the dog is yellow in color. And a coward dragon named Custard. So the dragon is referred to as Custard because he is a coward. Okay. So custard is a favorite dish. So he is named as Custard. So mustard is rhyming with custard. That's why this word is being used, and this is humorously used. The poet has described every character to be brave except the dragon who is a coward. So in the poem you will find that each and every character is actually brave, only the dragon is a coward. But the whole situation changes when a pirate attacked Belinda's house. No one else had the guts to face him. It was the dragon that killed the pirate. All the characters are happy because they are saved by the dragon, but quickly change their thoughts and describe themselves to be more powerful had the situation not been so confusing for all of them. So they boast so much about their courage, but in real situation we find that a pirate means a thief attacks. A thief attacks the house and nobody else has guts to face him. It was the dragon that actually killed the pirate in reality. And at that time all the characters, the pet dog, the black kitten, the mouse, okay, they did nothing. And Belinda was also confused. So they were all cowards in reality, though how much they boasted their courage is. But in reality you will see that dragon actually comes to rescue. But at the end of the day, as it happens in our society, those who are cowards, they say too much. Okay, in reality they say too much about their courage. Okay, I did this, I did that. So the characters again started to change and said they were more powerful if the situation had not been so confusing. So we are going to read such a poem. Let's move on to the poem. So the tale of Custard the dragon. In your book you will see that it is written at the beginning that the poem is written in the style of a ballad, means a song or poem that tells a story. So here it is telling a story. Now you got the name of the characters. You will also get to know that characters are speaking also. Okay. So if this was a story, then it would definitely be a fable where the characters are speaking among themselves with a definite moral. But since this is not a poem, okay, so we are telling it as a ballad because it is a song. There is a rhythm within that. Okay, you can sing this. If you can compose this, if you are a very good singer, you can sing this. Okay, so a song or poem that tells a story. So you must be familiar with ballads that narrates the tales of courage or heroism. So generally all the ballads in the form of their song, they tell the stories of courage, they tell the stories of heroism. Okay. So but here you will find something else. here you will find that it is a satire on the society. Okay, it is not a heroic poem, it is a mock heroic poem. Okay, means the heroism is being mocking here. You whose heroisms are mocking, whose heroism we are mocking actually? Let's see. This poem is a humorous ballad close to a parody, so we tell it a parody. Okay, that's why this is a parody, means we are making fun of something. A poem that through which we make fun is known as parody, so we are making fun of this poem. Characters in the poem, let's see. Read it aloud, paying attention to the reading. So you must pay attention to the reading of the poem. Now see very well. I am reading at one go. Okay. Belinda lived in a little white house with a little black kitten and a little grey mouse and a little yellow dog and a little red wagon and a really truly little pet dragon. So, Belinda lived in a little white house. White house for Americans is the power of supremacy. Okay, so here it is a little white house. Okay, not the president's White House. It is a little White House. So this house itself is very powerful because Belinda lives here. And along with him, who lives? A little black kitten lives, a little grey mouse lives, a little yellow dog lives, and a little red wagon. Wagon means the little cart, small cart is wagon. Okay, you take these wagons to collect waste from the garbage or any other thing. Okay, little red wagon. See, kitten, mouse, dog and wagon suddenly comes. This is an interruption in the poem, and this interruption itself is humorous. And this is Nash. He makes the poem interesting by this wagon. And a really little pet dragon. This is a fun. Okay, these words exactly actually do not exist in English language. So really truly means really and truly. Little pet dragon there. Now the name of the little black kitten was Ink, and the little grey mouse she called him Blink, and the little yellow dog was sharp as mustard, but the little dragon was a coward and she called him Custard. See the rhyming words: house mouse A, wagon dragon B, A B. This is the rhyming scheme of the poem. A B, Ink, Blink, Mustard, Custard. Okay, this is the rhyming scheme. Okay, so the name of the little black kitten was Ink. So he was black as ink, so he is referred to as Ink. The grey mouse is grey and he runs too fast, so he called him Blink. The little yellow dog was sharp as mustard. He was very sharp, he was very bright as a mustard. And the dragon was coward only of all the things. She called him Custard. Now the definition of dragon. Custard the dragon had the big sharp teeth and spikes on top of him and scales underneath, mouth like a fireplace, chimney for a nose, and really truly daggers on his toes. So this shows the power of the dragon. Of all the pets, the dragon is actually the powerful. He has big sharp teeth to attack. He has spikes on top of him that will make fear. He has scales underneath. Okay. He has mouth like fireplace. Okay. He has a huge mouth. He has a chimney. His nose is like a chimney. And really truly he has daggers on his toes. Means his nails are so sharp that they are like daggers. Belinda was brave as a barrel full of bears, and Ink and Blink chased lions down the stairs. Mustard was as brave as a tiger in a rage, but Custard cried for a nice safe cage. barrel full of beers, it will be, see, beers are generally stored in dragon, but beer is that drink. Okay, here barrel full of beers means here it, this is the humor of the poem. This is where the poem is inverted. Okay. So the Belinda was as brave as barrel full of beers means as if he is living in a cage of beers. Okay, as if in performing in the circus. So there is ink, there is blink. Okay. The cat and the mouse, they chased lions down the stairs. Okay, as if the lions were roaming in the house. So the lions were roaming in the house and they used to chase lions down the stairs. So Mustard, okay, the dog, he was as brave as a tiger in a rage, as he was as brave as an angry tiger. But the dragon Custard only cried for a nice safe cage. Give me a safe cage, I will be happy. Okay, so he doesn't mix with too much. So this makes us laugh. So now what Belinda did? Belinda tickled him. So Belinda used to make him laugh. She tickled him unmerciful in order to make him laugh. Okay, if you tickle somebody, they will start laughing. So Ink, Blink and Mustard, they rudely called him Percival. So the cat, the mouse, the dog, they called him Percival, a character. Okay. They all sat laughing in the little red wagon. So they all sat in the little red wagon. Okay. And they were making fun of him. They were in a safe place in a little wagon. And at the really or truly or coward dragon. So really truly coward dragon, they used to make laugh. Why they will start making laugh? Because the dragon is a coward. Okay, the dragon only searched for a safe cage. Perhaps the dragon didn't want to attack these little pets. Mouse is this much. Belinda himself is this much a little girl. Okay, Mustard, the dog is also small. The cat is smaller. Okay, so all small creatures, and the dragon is only the large creature. So the dragon actually don't want to attack. They didn't understand this. Okay. So Belinda giggled, So Belinda giggled till she shook the house. Belinda giggled till she shook the house, and Blink said weak, which is giggling for a mouse. Ink and Mustard rudely asked his age when Custard cried for a nice safe cage. Giggle means laughed. So Belinda started to laugh till she shook the house. Okay. She laughed so much as if the house is shaking. Imagine the scenario. And Blink said weak, which is laughing for a mouse. Okay. Ink and Mustard started to ask his age. What is your age? What is your age? Tell me your age. When Custard cried for a nice safe cage. So they started to search for a nice safe cage. Okay, give me a little cage where I will stay. They would start asking, they were showing his heroism. Okay. So this was the thing. Now all were actually in the little red wagon. So all these three animals were in the little red wagon, and Custard is actually cannot sit in that wagon. So there is no cage for Custard. Okay, that's why the Custard is crying for a give me a safe house, perhaps, but they're making fun of it. Now the real scenario comes. Suddenly they heard a nasty sound, and Mustard growled, and they all looked around. Meouch! Cried Ink, and ooh! Cried Belinda, for there was a pirate climbing in the window. Pistol in his left hand, pistol in his right, and he held in his teeth a cutlass bright. His bird was black, his one leg was wood. It was clear that the pirate meant no good. And while they were laughing and making fun of the dragon, suddenly they heard a nasty sound, not a pleasant sound, okay? And Mustard growled, okay, he made a noise. For what? And all they looked round. Meouch, cried the Ink. Ink was frightened, he cried meouch. And oh, cried Belinda. Belinda was also frightened. What is this noise? What is this noise? For there was a pirate, there was a thief, there was an intruder. He was climbing in the window. Window here refers to window. The pirate was having a pistol in his left hand. The pirate was having a pistol in his right hand. So, okay. And he in his teeth cut a cutlass bright. Okay. There is a lass means a type rope. Bright rope. Okay. Lass means rope. Okay. A rope is there in his teeth as if he is going to means tie up something. His bird was black, here's a black bird. His one leg was wood, as the definition of pirate goes, as you can imagine. It was clear that the pirate meant no good. It was very clear that the pirate doesn't came here to do any good. The pirate came here to steal the house. Now what they will do? What the brave animals who chased the lions, whose rage was like a tiger, okay, what they will do now? Belinda has such a powerful house. He lived in a white house with such courageous pets. Let's see what Belinda do with those pets. Belinda pleaded, she cried, help, help. Belinda, the most courageous girl, she cried, help, help. But Mustard fled with a terrified yelp. And Mustard, she ran away with a terrified yelp. Okay, with a terrified jump, the Mustard ran away. Ink trickled down to the bottom of the household. Ink went down to the bottom of the household out of fear. Okay, so Mustard jumped with a terrified jumped, went out. Okay, the dog went out. The cat was going down to the household, and the little mouse blinked strategically. Mousehold means the little mouse blinked within a fraction of a second. He went to the mouse hole. Everybody went away. Belinda was alone. Belinda cried, help, help, and nobody came to save Belinda at that time. Now the action will start. But up jumped Custard, snorting like an engine, clashed his tails like irons in a dungeon. With a clatter and a clank and a jangling squirm, he went at the pirate like a robin at worm. The pirate gaped at Belinda's dragon and gulped some grog from his pocket flagon. He fired 2 bullets, but they didn't hit, and Custard gobbled him every bit. So now Custard came to action. What did Custard do? Custard jumped at the situation. He was like an engine. Okay, his tails were like irons in a dungeon. Okay, they were so hard, as if they were irons in a cave. Dungeon here refers to cave like prisons. Okay, and they were making sound with a clatter, with a clank, with a jangling scream. They were making sounds. And he went at the pirate like a robin at a worm. Okay, he went like a pirate, just like a Robin Hood. Okay, and the pirate capped at Belinda's dragon. The pirate went, his mouth widened at the Belinda's dragon. He has never seen such a thing. So he gulped some drink. Okay, grog means a drink from his pocket flagon, from his pocket flask. He took some drink in order to gain consciousness. And he fired bullets, but they didn't hit the dragon. And Custard gobbled him. So the Custard ate him every bit. So Custard took the dragon pirate inside him. Custard, the dragon, ate the pirate. So now after the situation, what happened? After the situation happened, after the pirate was eaten, now Belinda embraced the dragon. Belinda embraced him, Mustard licked him, no one mourned for his pirate victim, Ink and Blink in glee did guided around the dragon that ate the pirate. So Belinda embraced the dragon, Mustard licked him, okay, the dog licked him, and nobody mourned for the pirate victim, nobody was mourning for the pirate, okay. Ink and Blink in happiness did guide it, okay, around. So Ink and Blink in happiness, with they were means dancing actually, okay, they were praising, but the dragon, around that dragon, okay, that ate the pirate. So the dragon ate the pirate. So now the situation is over. But what will the others say now? Let's see. But presently up spoke little dog Mustard. I'd have twice as brave if I hadn't been first flustered. And up spoke Ink and up spoke Blink. We have been 3 times as brave as we think. And Custard said, I quite agree that everybody is braver than me. Now Custard finally answers, I see. So the Mustard dog came to rescue in front of Belinda and said, I was twice as brave as Custard. If I was not confused, I had been flustered, I had been confused, what has happened? And the Ink also spoke and Blink also spoke, so the cat and mouse also spoke. So we are 3 times as brave as we think, okay, but we are so confused that we can't perform at that time, isn't it? So Custard finally, the dragon said, I quite agree that you all were braver than me. I agree to this fact. You were happy claiming yourself brave, but you can't perform in reality. You can't show your courage in reality. I quite agree with it. You were brave. Okay. So now what happens? Belinda still lives in her little white house with a little black kitten and a little grey mouse and a little yellow dog and a little red wagon and a really or truly little pet dragon. So Belinda still lives in the white house. There is a little black kitten, there is a little grey mouse, okay, there is a little grey dog, okay, and he is really truly, okay, red wagon, okay, he still lives in the house, okay, with a pet dragon also. Everybody was there. And again the poet ends. This is the humor. The poem could have end here. Belinda still lives in a little white house with a little black kitten, little grey mouse. Okay, the poem could have been end here. But again, the poet adds few lines. It's just like the same case happening once again. Belinda is as bad as a barrel full of beers, and Ink and Blink chases lions down the stairs. Mustard is as brave as a tiger in a rage, but Custard keeps crying for a nice safe cage. And again the same situation is there. Okay, Belinda is again as brave as barrel full of bears. Okay, Ink and Blink again started to chase lions down the stairs. Okay, and Mustard is as brave as a tiger in a rage. Okay, everybody is showing the courage. Okay, everybody is showing off the courage, and Custard is again crying for a nice safe cage. Okay, Custard is crying for a nice, give me some nice safe cage. Okay, or else I might have hurt these little animals. So this is the power. Okay, this shows that the powerful people actually lives within the confinement of the coward ones. Give the situation, they will come in rescue. Okay, and there are some people who actually speak too much, but in reality you won't find them performing. So this is the poem. Grog means a drink typically drunk by sailors. Gyrate means to move around in circles. Okay, so these are the meanings. These are the question answers, but before that I will start with the summary of the poem. So this is a summary of the poem. The Tale of Custard the Dragon is a ballad. It is a humorous poem about a cowardly dragon named Custard. Custard is a pet of Belinda, a little girl who lives in a little white house with her pets. She had a black kitten named Ink, a grey mouse named Blink, a yellow dog Mustard, and a cowardly dragon Custard. The poet says that all of them are very brave except the dragon. Others were described as brave and compared with animals like bear, tiger, or lion. But the dragon is very timid. He always demands a safe place for himself. All the other characters make fun of him, but one night they are surprised by the entry of a pirate in the house. All of them get frightened and start hiding here and there, but to everyone's surprise, the dragon not only tackles him but also eats him up. As all of them are saved by Custard, they thank him, but at the end they realize that they used to make fun of the dragon because of his being timid. So all of them suddenly start saying that they are more brave and could have handled the situation in a much better way. Here the poet has tried to say that sometimes a timid person is actual hero in the toughest situations of life. So this is the summary. Now I've also prepared question answers for you. Yes. I will give the meaning. Okay. So, who are the characters in this poem? I am coming back. Wait. List them with their pet names. Following are the characters in the poem. Yes, I have not sent. Okay, I will send it. I will send it definitely. Okay, by today I will send. Who are the characters in this poem? List them with their pet names. So following are the characters of the poem. A little girl named Belinda, a little black kitten whose name is Ink, a little grey mouse named Blink, a dog named Mustard because he is yellow in color, a coward dragon whose name is Custard. Why did Custard cry for a nice safe cage? Why is the dragon called cowardly dragon? So Custard cries for a safe cage because he is a coward. Okay. Because he is a coward. He is called cowardly dragon because other characters are definite to be very brave in the following manner. Belinda is described to be as brave as barrel full of beers. Ink and Blink can chase lions down the stairs. Mustard was as brave as a tiger in a rage. Okay, so these were the braveness of those animals. Belinda tickled him. She thanked him unmerciful. Why? So Belinda tickled him unmerciful because Custard the dragon was a coward. He always demanded a safe cage. That's why all of them made fun of him. Next question is, the poet has employed many poetic devices in the poem. For example, clashed his tails like an iron in a dungeon. The poetic device is a simile. Can you with your partner list some of more poetic devices used in a poem? So the poet has used many poetic devices to enhance the beauty of the poem. Like to create rhyme with Belinda, he used word window instead of window. Other such rhyming words are household with a mousehold and wagon with dragon. Not only this, he also uses poetic devices of repetition. For example, the word little is used many times to describe her house as her pets. There is also the use of poetic device of refrain because we can see the repetition of line and really or truly or little pet dragons in many stanzas. Next question is, these are all NCERT book questions. Read the stanza 3 again to know how the poet describes the appearance of the dragon. So the looks of dragons are explained in a way that it has a big sharp teeth and spikes on top. This means its skin is pointed on the top. On the lower part it has scales which are bony plates meant to protect the skin. His mouth has been compared to a fireplace because it is assumed that the dragons can release fire from the mouth. Even his nose is compared to a chimney which is used to pass out smoke. His feet are like a sharp knife that is a dagger. Can you find out the rhyme scheme of 2 or 3 stanzas in the poem? So rhyme scheme is okay. So the rhyme scheme of the second and third stanza is A B A A B B. Okay, so this is the rhyme scheme. Writers use words to give us a picture or image without actually saying what they mean. Can you trace some images in the poem? So following are the words used to give us picture or image. So mouth like a fireplace, chimney for a nose, barrel full of beers, brave as a tiger in a rage, he went at the pirate like a robin at worm. So these were the words. So do you find the tale of Custard the dragon to be a serious, a light-hearted poem? Give reasons to support your answer. So the tale of Custard the dragon is a light-hearted poem. All the characters have names which rhyming with each other. They are all defined to be very brave except the dragon. But in reality the dragon proves to be a real hero. When they attacked by pirate, the dragon gulps him. Though all the other characters were not brave enough to handle the pirate, but still they define themselves as more powerful than the dragon after the incident is handled by the dragon alone. Though the dragon was defined as a coward, but the poet right from the beginning, though the dragon was defined as a coward by the poet right from the beginning of the poem. So this is a serious, this is a light-hearted poem instead of a serious one. Flustered. Wait. Flustered means confused. Okay. I told you if I had not been confused, this is the meaning of flustered, Sony. Okay. Okay. So this is the poem. This is the poem, and I will again take another class probably at 5 p.m. today in the evening. Okay, and I will complete the sermon of Benares, and then we can start with the proposal play by tomorrow. Okay. Okay, students, thank you. I am ending the class now.